Welcome, everybody. I'm thrilled to introduce you to the School of Health and Human Performance. And today we've got several people that are going to give you a bit of a better sense about what are some of the programs in our school and what you can expect as a student in our school. We like to affectionately refer to our school as HAP, Health and Human Performance. We fall into the broad category of the Faculty of Health at Dalhousie, and we have students from all over the world joining us in our school. To get us going, my name is Lorene Raymond. With us on the phone here, we also have Alex LeBon, the kinesiology student and SAFER president, Heidi Tracy Bailey, our student service administrator, and Lindsay Curry, our other student service administrator. So in the School of HAP, we started actually back in 1966, and you would be joining more than 4,832 alumni around the world. We have 4 programs at the undergrad level and 3 at the grad level. And this last year, we had 230 new students join us, and literally from around the world. We had students from Canada, China, Nigeria, Gambia, St. Lucia, Bahrain, Turkey, Bermuda, India, Saudi Arabia, Iran, and South Korea. So we'd be thrilled to have you joining our family. We hope that after today, you'll be really excited to join our program and you'll have learned a little bit more about it as well. To get us going, I want you to think about what our programs stand for. Our vision for our school is physical and mental wellness for all. And you'll see that in each of our programs, we contribute to this in different ways. First few fun and exciting facts about our program. We are the only school, we feel, that contributes really to upstream or preventive health. And for the preventive health, or the focus on prevention, is an exciting initiative, and we have very young professions actually within the health professions. You'll see that a lot of our professions are relatively new compared to some of the others across the Faculty of Health. We have very small applied programs, and you'll get to hear a lot about our opportunities for engaging, community, and impactful work. At this point, I would like to turn it over to Heidi.
So my name is Heidi Tracy Bailey. I'm one of 2 student services administrators, and I'm going to talk a little bit about our programs, a couple of them. Lindsay Curry will take care of another couple. So first of all, these are our 4 undergraduate programs. We have a Bachelor of Science Health Promotion, Bachelor of Science Recreation, which is our therapeutic recreation, a Bachelor of Science Recreation and Bachelor of Management combined program, and Bachelor of Science Kinesiology. So for the Bachelor of Science Health Promotion, we're actually unique in Canada as an undergraduate program. And this program really examines the social, structural, and commercial determinants of health, which are the things that, determine individual and population health. We do use a population health approach in the program, and we look at researching the causes of the causes, or the root causes, things that help prevent disease and illness. This is a sample of some of our classes, just so you can get a little bit of an idea of the breadth and the variety of the courses that we have in our program. What to expect in HPRO? Well, one thing is you can expect relatively small class sizes because we only take about 40 students per year. Students will develop skills and competencies in a lot of these areas. So things like group and teamwork and critical thinking, they're really important to the program, and you will develop those throughout the curriculum. Some of the common themes in health promotion, things like prevention, research and policy, population health, harm reduction, and a really important thread are things like equity, diversion and inclusion, and social justice and community engagement. This is a little bit of a visual of where some of our students have gone on internship and have found careers. And the next little bit is really just a slide that kind of shows you a little bit more of a visual of what type of career options you can have after you graduate with health promotion. So you can again see kind of the variety and breadth of different things that you can do. So we're going to talk a little bit about kinesiology now. So kinesiology is essentially the study of human movement, the structure and function of the human body, and maintenance and enhancement of well-being in general. So it looks at optimizing human performance across the spectrum, and it's very cross-disciplinary. So you'll get social sciences, life sciences, physical sciences. There's lots of room for electives and lots of personal choice in this program. We take about 150 students each year, which sounds large, but it's actually probably somewhere in the mid-range in comparison with program sizes at institutions across the country. It's very science-based, most science-based of our 4 undergrad programs. Students start off right in year 1 taking 4 introductory kin courses, which is fantastic. And there are lots of elective options. We have lots of research opportunities in the undergrad program, just as we do in HPro as well, with things like honors. And there are lots of hands-on classes and practicum courses, which of course students really enjoy. Career options in kin are very broad as well. So starting with this, we'll just kind of look at some of the sample classes from the kinesiology program. So there are certainly many more than this, but this gives you a little bit of a smattering of all the different areas of specialty of our faculty members and courses that students can take while in the program. Of course, we have lots of practical elements in our courses. So this is just a little bit of an example. Some of them will be through lab work. Some of them may be through other things that are embedded in the program. And of course, we always have research, which is very practical as well. Some of the other things students can expect: science-based courses with lots of labs, hands-on learning, measurement, exercise prescription, where students are doing, they're not just learning about. An active student body with our kin society. And the really important thing that we really want to connect with students about for kinesiology is that it's not just necessarily a springboard into other programs. There are tons of opportunities for students with a kinesiology degree career-wise. You can also get lots of certifications through some of the courses that you would take in our program. Careers in kinesiology, this is a little bit of a sample. And again, it kind of speaks a little bit to the variety and the breadth of opportunities of things that you can do with a kinesiology degree. So now I'm going to hand it over to Lindsay Curry, who's going to talk a little bit more about our 2 recreation programs.
Okay, thanks so much, Heidi. My name is Lindsay Curry, and I'm one of the other 2 student services administrators in the school, so one of your student advisors. I'm going to talk about the recreation and leisure programs here at Dalhousie and in our school. So we have 2 programs. The first is recreation management, which is a dual degree program and the only one of its kind in Canada. You develop business competencies and rec management skills for some really diverse and versatile careers, which I'll show you some examples of later. Our therapeutic recreation program, on the other hand, is really focused on improving the quality of life of individuals, especially vulnerable populations, through leisure. And students graduate with the ability to write a therapeutic rec specialist certification, and we've received a 100% pass rate on that as of last year. So we're doing really well in preparing students for that designation. As well, we're the first accredited university in the country under CART, which accredits these types of programs, which means for you basically a really high quality of education. These are some sample classes that you might find in the therapeutic rec program. The first one, the Foundations of Recreation, actually both therapeutic recreation and recreation management students take as their foundational course. And in this first year course, you'll experience a recreation orientation, which is a long-standing tradition in the school, where students do an overnight camping trip, or this year it was virtual. But in any case, this is a group that has a lot of fun and right from day one. Some of the other classes you'll see are around working with persons with disabilities and special populations, leisure education, and recreation management students do some of those classes, but then branch off in later years to do more of the business related courses like you see on the screen here. These are some examples of some therapeutic rec internships and career placement opportunities for our students. So you can see a very wide range of options here. As well for recreation management. So everything from sport to universities to arts and culture. You can expect really small classes, lots of group work, service learning, community work, and lots of fun in our rec programs. In advanced classes in therapeutic rec, some role playing and active learning. And something to think about if you're interested in kinesiology and sports, but not necessarily the science behind movement or sport, but maybe you want to work with athlete development or in a different area of sport, recreation management might be actually a better fit for you. So please do consider that. So you can work in sport, leisure, tourism, arts and culture, and other settings. Themes that run across our rec programs include some of the same ones you'll see in health promotion, but also things like program planning and evaluation, leisure education, and theories of play. some interesting careers in therapeutic rec. You can see here that, working with different populations in different settings, and as well for recreation management, everything from nonprofit to private to clinical to tourism, like I mentioned. We also know that a lot of students are drawn to our programs, but don't necessarily know where they fit exactly. And so this is a neat side-by-side comparison to allow you to think a little bit about where you might like to begin your journey with us. We will make this available in the virtual fair later, so you'll have more time to kind of process the different pieces in this side-by-side. As well, by now, we know that you really want to join our team. You want to be in our HAP family. So just to cover some brief admissions requirements, we always are looking for English with a minimum of a 70% across all programs. You can see that math is required for recreation management and kinesiology. And for health promotion, we're looking for a biology or chemistry course. Some other notes there as well, and if you do want to touch base on admission questions, please do reach out to Heidi or myself or the admissions team in the registrar's office, and we would be happy to help. I'm going to pass it over now to our student leader, Alex LeBlanc, and he's also a kin student, and he's going to tell you about his experience in our programs.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for coming to check us out. Like Lindsay said, my name is Alex, and I am the student president of I'm the president of the Student Association for the school. And I just wanted to give you a little bit about the school from a student's perspective. So I think the other presenters really hit home when they said that the School of HAP is really community-based and is a community in and of itself. So both faculty and students are looking to do so much for the community to engage even the smallest groups to promote health and wellness. So if you're interested in making the community better in any way, no matter what that looks like for you, I'm sure you'd find a great fit for you within the school. So just to give you some examples that I've experienced and that I know many of my peers have experienced as well, both through courses within your program and through student societies, you'll have tons of opportunities to volunteer, whether it's within the school or whether it's in the greater community of Halifax. There's so many different options that you'll find along the way. And then even a personal experience through the student society for which I'm a part of, we had the opportunity to organize an event with Parasport Nova Scotia. So that was so much fun. Students got to see how people with disabilities play sport. It was such a fun learning experience. Everyone got to enjoy. And it was also offered up as school credit for some of the students as well. So the faculty is so accommodating and so willing to provide students with fun opportunities like that. Then also, even amongst the student body, we have a lot of fun. So we organize tons of annual events, group activities. In so many different ways, we come together as a program and then as a school as well. This picture up here in the top corner next to fun activities, just as an example, is our annual ball. So we have that around Christmas time. It's a lot of fun. And then students also engage in research. Like I said, it's not just students that feel the passion for helping the community. It's also faculty and staff. So you can find tons of faculty members who have similar passions to you, and you could springboard off them and essentially find great, incredible things to do and improve the health and wellness of the community. So thanks so much for listening to me, guys. I don't think you would regret coming to the school. It's so much fun. It's always a great learning experience. And if you want to find out more, you can check us out on our website or contact any of us. Feel free. I'm sure we'd all love to field your questions. Thanks so much.
So I'd like to thank Alex for sharing his student perspective with us and with you as potential students in our school. We'd like to shift gears now to a different part of our presentation where we attempt to showcase a little more specifics on all of the programs we talked about today. So the first clip we'll show is a clip of our recreation orientation event from last year, a little sneak peek at that. And then you'll hear from Dr. Susan Hutchinson, who's the division head of our Recreation and Leisure Studies division. Then from Dr. Melanie Keats, the division head of kinesiology, a little more on their program. And finally, last but not least, from a former health promotion student, Stephanie Machado, who talks about how she uses the learnings from her undergraduate course in health promotion strategies in her work as a PhD student today at Simon Fraser University, where she studies immigrant women's health access in the Center for Gender and Sexual Health Equity. So it's just a neat way to see how what you learn in your undergrad can really continue with you through your future studies as well as in your career. So thanks so much for listening today. We hope also that you join us for the live Q&A portion following these clips, as well as for the virtual fair portion of our open house, where you can chat more with current students and staff and faculty. Thanks so much.
Out my hand, tell you to run on the way. Nobody say, nobody on. Well, pick me up.
Hello and welcome to Recreation and Leisure Studies Open House. My name is Dr. Susan Hutchinson and I'm head of the Recreation and Leisure Studies Division. In our division, we have two undergraduate programs, as you've already heard, Recreation Management and Therapeutic Recreation. So today, I want to share with you 4 reasons why I think Dalhousie's recreation program and the recreation field are worth considering for your future. So first, all students coming into the recreation program, whether in recreation management or therapeutic recreation, attend a recreation orientation camp. So in non-COVID times, recreation or RECO involves all students getting on a school bus, traveling to a camp about an hour and a half away from Halifax, and then through dance, games, skits, music, new students start to meet their peers, including the student leaders and facilitators of the camp, and start to learn more about the possibilities that their new program holds for their future work in recreation. The second reason that I think it's worth coming to Dalhousie is our faculty. The faculty within the Recreation and Leisure Studies program are fantastic, and I'm very privileged to work alongside them. According to our students, it's our faculty that are the strength of the program, the key strength of the program, as students consider us to be knowledgeable, approachable, and truly caring about the success of our students. The third is the reason for coming to Dal is the whole reason for getting into recreation. So whether you decide to focus on recreation management or therapeutic recreation, our overall vision for the program and for the field is that we're all working in diverse and dynamic ways to ensure that individuals, groups, and communities experience the well-being benefits that come from recreation, leisure, sport, and play. Fourth is that our programs involve lots of hands-on learning. So whether it's through the recreation orientation, whether it's through peer-assisted learning, whether it's through simulations, whether it's through creating proposals or designing and implementing special events. So here's a couple of pictures of therapeutic recreation students doing an individual care planning project in a simulated hospital room in a building dedicated entirely to collaborative health education. And this is a picture here of students leading a March break day camp while, with middle school youth. So this final slide is a picture we received from Mariah Godin, who recently graduated from the Recreation Management Program. Mariah decided to complete her 14-week internship in New Zealand. And so Mariah sent this postcard back to us partway through the internship. And on it she said, "I could never have anticipated how meaningful and life-changing my time at Dal would be. I hope to instill a value for leisure in all those I meet to the same extent you have for me." So we really hope that you decide that recreation is a field that will allow you to make a difference in your own communities, and that you also decide that Dal's recreation program is where you feel you can be supported to grow to be the best you can be. Thanks a lot for watching. We look forward to seeing you next year.
Hello, my name is Melanie Keats, and I'm the current Division Head of Kinesiology in the School of Health and Human Performance at Dalhousie University. Now that you know a little bit more about our program, I just want to take a few moments to share some of the expertise and research interests of our current faculty members. These include exercise physiology, biomechanics and ergonomics, psychological aspects of sport and physical activity, cardiac and vascular health and function, chronic disease management, adapted physical activity, rehabilitation, neurosciences, bone health, coaching, and health promotion. In addition to your coursework, you'll have several opportunities to interact and work alongside our faculty members. In doing so, you'll receive additional training in a number of different research fields and areas. For example, Dr. Niedli, shown here, her area of research includes motor control, neurofeedback, interface design, and human automation interaction. Dr. Ryan Frayne studies both the fit and function of goalie pads. Dr. Michelle Stone leads a group of researchers that are looking at loose parts and the benefit for physical activity for children. In partnership with the Nova Scotia Health Authority, Drs. Melanie Keats and Dr. Scott Grandy provide exercise programming for cancer survivors. These are just a few examples of the ongoing work at the School of Health and Human Performance in the Division of Kinesiology. Where will kinesiology take you?
During the Community Health Promotion Strategy course, I partnered with the Laying House, which is a mental health, youth-centered organization in Halifax. And during this time, I really worked with the staff, volunteers, and community members to figure out what would be the best strategy to fit their needs. And this was to increase the physical activity uptake of their members. And I did this with constant communication with the community, with the volunteers, as well as looking into previous program evaluations, evaluating their programs, previous research that they did, and decided on a model that was based on peer support because that's what would best fit their needs. So since graduating from the health promotion program, I completed my Master's of Public Health at Simon Fraser University, and I'm currently pursuing my PhD. And throughout this time, I've engaged in highly community-engaged research. So I've brought on a lot of the community health promotion strategies with me throughout this work. So my research is with immigrant women with precarious and temporary status. And so I work really closely with immigrant women in the community as well as immigrant serving community organizations. And this is really important so that we're meeting the needs of the community. We're working with them, learning from the experts of their own experiences, and ensuring that our research is meaningful. Without community health promotion strategies, we wouldn't understand the depth and nuance of these issues because we wouldn't be talking to the communities themselves and giving them the power that they deserve. So I guess I'll just end by saying that, these principles are really important to me. And since engaging in this work during the health promotion program, I have drawn on them consistently. I truly don't believe that research can be as effective if not community-based and community-engaged. And I'm very grateful to all of the communities that I've worked with through my research and who have really made the research and are paving the way for change.